time. Until then, adios.
We're back. Let's go again, vote.
Hey, Rob, if you want to go ahead and start your stream, then we'll raid you.
Yeah, start an hour early, Rob. Go for it, man.
Thanks everybody for showing
putting
up
with
tonight.
everything,
So
everybody.
we're on
appreciate that, 'cause I know it was a hassle.
Yeah, sorry about what happened at the beginning there. Yeah. But at least Skype held up. I don't know, man. I was fully on board with the Discord never fails thing, and then here we are.
It's strange.
So.
I mean, it's odd. Like I said, we've used Skype for a long time. We haven't had too many trouble. But we'll figure something out, folks. You never know what it is. Maybe it's an update or something. Thank you, Blip Blob. Cammy, I'm so happy to see that you never gave up your
Blip.
Amiga. By the way, Cammy, I watched your gift opening the other night. Very amusing. Got some good stuff there on the channel. Cammy has a channel. On occasion, she'll put a little video up there. It was good. I enjoyed it. See what else? I assume that I did not see, but maybe you can. I did not see the current Sprite Castle. Did that get a stream? Did I miss that?
Oh, Rob, I don't think that Rob published it to the subscriber feed. I think he messed up. He unclicked the wrong button because it's out, but it didn't get published to the
I didn't see
feed.
it here, and I was like, wait a minute, I thought that'd be on here. So that's fine. I should have plugged it at the time, but I wasn't sure. I thought maybe he released the audio, but not the video.
Yeah, because the episode's definitely out. Yeah, let's look at the thing here. Oh no, it is scheduled. I take it back. So the audio. Take it back. So the audio. Take it back. So the audio. Take it back. So the audio.
All right. Let's see what we got going on here tonight. Hey, Texas Foosballer. Looks like the Amiga's just slipped in the streaming back door. What's going on, everybody? By the way, you would think I'm in the middle of a winter storm, but it is let's see, 46 degrees outside, which is cold right now, but it's only cold because yesterday it was like in the high 60s. That's okay, Happy Coding. I was over there too. I was watching both sides. So anyway, yeah, I was outside earlier, doing some yard stuff, and I got cold, and plus now my hair's all messed up, so I can't take this hat off. We are taking a look at a demo here, but tonight's theme on Sprite Castle. And first of all, I want to say thanks again for the raid from the Amigos. I know everybody here was watching the Amigo stream. I was watching the Amigo stream. The Amigos are one of my favorite shows. So if you're not, I can't imagine you're not following their show if you were just there. But if you're not, of course, follow them. Sign up for the Patreon so you can come hang out with all of us at the Discord. I've got a Sprite Castle channel over at the Discord, and if 16 bits are too much for you, I like to step it down to 8 bits here. In Central Asia, it is 10 degrees Fahrenheit. That is too cold. Although, Facebook, the much maligned social media site, Facebook, has a couple of features that I do enjoy. One is birthday reminders, because birthdays are so special to me. And I love being reminded, I love logging on and saying like, hey, it's so-and-so's birthday, because I would forget. So I do like that reminder. But the other thing I do like is that stupid time hop thing where it shows you like, hey, this is what you were doing on today last year. And this is what you were doing today 2 years ago and 5 and 10 years ago, whatever. And last year, in October, late October, early November, we had a freak snowstorm, and I lost power at my house for almost a week. And on top of that, We broke, they tell you like what to do with your outside pipes, and I did all the things wrong, and I had a pipe burst, and the only solution was to turn off water to the house. So I didn't have water. I was here with my daughter. My wife was out of town, and I'm sure it probably was the same storm, HSI. I mean, we're right on top of Texas. But it was miserable. Like I was, and the snow was so tall that I couldn't get out of my driveway. I couldn't leave my house. People, so I was just stuck. We were bringing in bowls of snow to melt, to flush the toilets. I'd brought in, we weren't really out of drinking water yet, but we were kind of rationing stuff. But it was very scary moment to, the minute that your power doesn't work, everybody has their backup plan. You're like, oh, time to get out the candles, time to get out that. I didn't have a plan for not having water. That was something I was not ready for. So that was a surprise. And the first thing I did once I got out of the driveway is I went and bought a giant case of water. This demo is terrible. It's boring. It's just raster bars with text going over it in different configurations. I'm sure it was very impressive when it came out. But I went and bought a case of water and I put it out in my garage and it's still there. So, Texas Foosballer, so we drove to Texas. We drove to Home Depot in Denton, Texas, and bought a generator. That was the closest generator we could get here. My wife bought it online and then drove down there to pick it up. So now we do have a generator. I didn't have one before that. And of course, man, buying a generator hurts, doesn't it? Because it's like, hey, I'm going to spend all this money for preparing for when something might happen that's bad someday. Like you want to spend thousands of dollars. It's just a tough pill to swallow, but it's nice to have one. And then the next thing I did was I didn't tell anybody that I had one because I don't want to loan it out. Because not only do I have a generator, but I also have a pickup truck. So then they want me to deliver the generator. Oh, thank you. Dinner has arrived here. I messed up my schedule tonight. So, by the way, if you were watching the stream on Sunday night, if you were following, you saw a terrible event. My channel was hacked by the devil. It was terrible. Literally the devil took over my channel and was streaming Friday the 13th on the Commodore 64. I had to get Twitch security involved. I was trying to break in, it was really terrible. And then it seems like when he ran off, he left this mask behind. I don't know what that's all about. But so if you go back on Twitch, you can probably find that uploaded video. So anyway, so let's get started with tonight's theme, and it's a very loose theme. I like to put themes together for my shows, and let's see, that's the best way to browse to this. ROMs. Okay, so these are these disk images that I'm pulling up now are from my personal collection. So these are discs that I actually physically had the floppy disks of. They're all pirated. I didn't buy anything when I was a kid in the 80s. And I got to tell you a story before we get started. Oh, look at this. Crossbow is on this first one. This collection, well, the theme of every show is things on the Commodore 64. And also the theme is going to be me eating pizza here in a minute. So you gotta, for this story, we gotta go back to the mid to late 80s. And in the mid to late 80s, I was addicted to BBSs, and specifically, I got my Commodore 64 in 85. I'd already been on BBSs. I'd already been calling BBSs on our Apple II for a few years prior to that. But it got to a point where I was like addicted. I was addicted to calling boards. And then more than that, I was addicted to trading software. And I've talked a lot about that. I talked about it in my book and it's all you know, my podcast and all that kind of stuff, right? But the one thing that I just couldn't bring myself to do, and something that you really had to do to get to the next level, was start trading with people from other area codes, from long distance. And so there were a few ways to do that. One was to do it legally. You could call long distance and download games. Now, if I remember correctly, it cost, I think our payment plan at that time was like $20 an hour for long distance calls. So, you know, and back then, I didn't have 2,400 baud yet. I was still 1,200 baud. So, to call long distance and download, you know, a full disc would take you, you know, half an hour. I mean, it costs money, right? So then there were like illegal ways, like ways to defraud the phone company, which I didn't do a whole lot of, but I was certainly around people who did, and certainly watched people do that sort of thing. But I came up with the perfect plan. And this story takes place in the summer of 1988. This story is so good that I'm switching to my face view. Because this is a good story. So my dad's family is all from Chicago. And we used to go visit all his family. We would stay with my grandma. We would see all my aunts and uncles and cousins. And we would go up there almost every summer, like once a year, you know. Maybe every other year sometimes. But that was the gist of it. During the summer when we were out of school, we would go to Chicago. And so I came up with this idea that I could call some Chicago BBSs and get accounts set up.
What are you doing?
And
Jack Flack says to always keep
hey,
your gun
rule of
loaded.
thirds. Thank you for subscribing. Subscription. You know what? I love follows. And subscriptions are like the icing on the cake. So thank you for that. So anyway, to make this short, so this was my plan. From Oklahoma, I would call Chicago BBSs and establish myself as this super elite long distance user, which I don't know that anybody considered anybody from Oklahoma super elite, but whatever. But just by calling long distance, you earned a certain amount of clout, right? So I called these BBSs and I set up accounts. And then when we went on vacation to Chicago, I took my Commodore 64 with me. I took my computer and my disk drives and my modem and all that, and I set up shop at my grandma's house. And what that allowed me to do was upload and download games and swap software with these people. And I still had this impression that I was this long distance guy and that I was doing all this, you know, from Oklahoma, which again, it gave you a certain amount of clout, you know, I mean, you got respect if you were from a different area code. So that's what I did. We went to Chicago for a week. My buddy Jeff that I talk about on all my shows went with me. It was a big family vacation. And during the day, we went to Six Flags over Great America, and we went to the museum in Chicago and the aquarium. We did all those fun things. But at night when we came back, Jeff and I would go into my grandma's back room, fire up the Commodore 64, and start calling all these BBSs and uploading software and downloading things, and filled up, you know, about somewhere between half a box and a box of discs, and then I brought all those things back to Oklahoma. So that's what a lot of these games is from that era and from that trip. Some of these are good games. Some of them I was running through them before earlier today. Some of them don't work. Which is always fun. So I tried to narrow it down to stuff that works. Some is obviously NTSC or PAL. This one looks like it may be a PAL release, and I think that I'm set on NTSC. We'll see here what we get. But hey, Wing Chun Wolf, nice to see you in here. So that was all my big plan. And so one of the things that I did, I don't know if this is going to work. I really want to play. Now that I saw Crossbow, I really want to play it. So I may just load a different copy of Crossbow. Let's just do that, just because we know that Crossbow is one of the games that I got during that time. Crossbow. When my very earliest memory of the game Crossbow was at my local skating rink. And my memory of it is that when I went there, actually I went there with Jeff, which is not really surprising based on all my other stories. And let's see, this is the same release. So let's see if this one works better. And I was standing on roller skates trying to play Crossbow, which of course is a big arcade cabinet with a giant crossbow on top. And so you have to kind of lean over and, well, this looks like the exact same release here. Could try setting this to, wish I could get this to work. I mean, there's no sense in showing you this failed flashing demo here. Yeah, it just loads and then it locks up here. I bet it is. I bet I've got some sort of configuration thing here. Let's try differ slightly different. Let's see if this is the same. Yeah, it's still a touch of class release. I don't know why. Let's try. So let's switch over to PAL, which will change my video here just a little bit. Yeah, I changed it a lot. It changed it so much it crashed. Well, let's try that again. Options. Good times, everybody. So as I mentioned earlier when we started, I'm not really particularly that cold, but what has happened is I was cold earlier, and all right, let's try this same release here. And so what happened was I was outside and I was working and I was cold, and so I put this hat on, and now my hair's all a mess. So now that stupid hat's got to stay on. Crossbow. So I don't know if what was the other Crossbow the game? There was Chiller, right? That was the same basic technology. And wasn't there another? Was it Cheyenne? Was that the other one? All right, let's see if this looks any better under NTSC. Ah, much better. Oh, those silly Europeans with their frame rates. Yeah, there was 2 or 3. I think Cheyenne, was the other one. All right, let's see. Oh, I can see it loading down there. It's doing something. Load. Oh, hey, there's my chance for a big break. Bigfollows.com. There we go. Published by Absolute Entertainment. Exidy's Crossbow, copyright 1983 by Exidy, and then 1988. So most of the games you'll see on this collection of discs are all 1988. All right. This game is a loading mother, too. Every single level has to load. That was just the loading to prepare for the more loading. Let's see. All right. Shoot. Oh, I was going to read all that. For bonus points, there will be no bonus points. There's no way I'm getting everybody across the screen. That will not happen. My people are just lucky that I can't shoot them. That's really their biggest thing. All right, let's go to port 1 and get this started. I do not have a bot Super Tech Boy, but I will need one when I become famous by going to bigfollows.com and buying a bunch of followers. So if you've never played Crossbow, I imagine most people here have played Crossbow, and this 8-bit version is pretty good. It's not bad. But basically, you have to get your little guy there that looks like Robin Hood for some reason to the end of this map. But you can't just pick where you're going. You have to choose the red path or the green path. And as you can see, those paths are not defined yet on the map. So if you've never played this and you don't know, you just randomly click one and it shows you where the red path went. It drew the little line, and now it tells you to flip the disc over. That's fun. We'll flip the disc over so half the levels are on one side and half are on the other side. The Atari 7800 version of this game is pretty good. So now we are controlling. See, we already lost a guy. So we're controlling our this little. I don't know if you can see it on here. I can't even find where it is. There we go. We've got our little thing, and so what we can do, we can't shoot things. It's hard to explain. Basically, we've got these little crosshairs. And what you have to do is shoot things. So your guys, you can't control them. They're just automated guys that walk across the screen. And what you have to do is, like, as things, dangerous things like lightning bolts or ghosts or whatever that would affect your guys come in, you have to shoot those things and keep the path clear. If you make it all the way across and all your people are still alive, then you can earn another guy who will join your party. Yeah, so this version is fast, probably faster now even because I moved over to NTSC. So now it's running at 60 frames a second instead of 50 frames a second. So what I'm trying to do now is shoot these boulders, and then we got to shoot this boulder. There we go. To make a little bridge for our guys. There's some things are worth points, like the little eyeball that appeared. Oh, I just shot my dude, and it says don't do that. All right. So if we can get this guy across. So we got a survival bonus. We got our guy across, and now we met a new friend, which looked like Chewbacca. Just went really fast by. And so you can make it across eventually by doing trial by error. What I would do is just keep using the same color, and hopefully it will just keep advancing you through the game. When I was a kid, there were two things. I didn't really understand NTSC versus PAL because I grew up in the States, and so I didn't understand why there would be a different video standard, or why there should be, or technically why there was, right? So that was oh, get that. Okay. Oh, watch out for my dude's face. No, don't kill his looks. Oh, I got everybody. Oh, man. He was leading with his moneymaker right there. Well, that stinks. That's it. Game over. Rank 99 out of 98. I think number 100 was just 000. All right, let's give it one more try, and maybe we'll take a different path. Yes, I don't have any mods. I mean, I have a couple of mods and they never show up. So if anybody wants to be a mod and knows how to mod, then I will set you up with that later on here. All right, so we're going green this time. And so one of the limitations, I would say, it's not terrible, but like when you first start out, it's hard to find where your cursor is. Nope, missed that one. Oh, my cursor was like all the way off the top of the screen. Well, that doesn't help. Yes, if anybody wants the job, let me know, because I could probably use one or two. All right, let's try that path again, and let's see if I can find the cursor in time. So if you lose the cursor, so this is a limitation of Crossbow, unfortunately, is that you have a limited color palette, right? And so your cursor tends to, on some of the backgrounds, like the brighter color backgrounds, like that one that's yellow, it's easy to lose the cursor. It would be nice if it, drew a circle around it or something, maybe whenever you first started. Or it would be nice maybe if it started like where it left off on the previous screen so that you could immediately find it. There it is. Oh no. I got him. The desert has, I mean, this game specifically made me not want to go to a desert. I wasn't shooting my friend. My friend had an ant on his foot. And you gotta watch, because, like, there will be things that come out at that last second right there. There's a lot of crap in the desert. Giant ants and, oh, there we go. Got that giant dude. Well, if the best mods are the folks who are always watching me, then I should hire the voices in my head. All right. And, of course, this takes us right back to the city one. I kind of like the city one. The city one, for me, especially the arcade version, not as much this, but it always reminded me of, like, walking through a movie set. Like, it doesn't look like a real city. Well, I mean, also because there's ghosts, right? But, stop. Give me time to find things. Oh, no. Wah, wah, wah. Crossbow. This game is hard, dude. I do like that it will restart on the same side of the disc. That we don't have to do that. All right, let's change this back over to the other model here. Boop. Because, among other things, this one fits the screen just a little bit better. Look at that. That took some Photoshop magic. I'm not even lying. All right, let's take a look at another disc here. From the Chicago collection, because there are a lot in here. And a lot of them have multiple things on them. That was disc 368, sides A and B. I had a Commodore. Well, I still have the same Commodore that I had when I was a kid, but I got it in 85, and when I kind of retired it in 91, I was just starting disc 600, so it went up to about disc 610 is about where I stopped. Now, let's see here. Now, Those are stupid. I won't show you that. Let's see. What can we find? Now, this is something that I got, during this trip. And I remember, hey, Pix, what's up, brother? Yes, we're starting a little early tonight. This, the Commodore 64, what can you say? Like, it was, to me, the greatest 8-bit computer. Some of it was because I just wasn't exposed to other computers. I think the Atari is a good computer. I do have a love of the Apple II, the appreciation. I think it's a different type of 8-bit computer, but the graphics and the sound and stuff on the C64 was just tough to beat, And so I remember downloading this because I wasn't sure what it was called. The file wasn't named right. It said something about short circuit or something, and I didn't know what it was. But this is one of the strangest games. This is definitely the strangest game that I got during that trip, and one of the strangest pieces of software that I got. Maybe one of the strangest things that's out there. This is it's not really Burps. Burps would be the American, but this is the RELP construction kit, released in 1987. So first of all, what we can do is we can press buttons 1 through 9. That's button 1. All right, let's move on to button 2. And so let me go back to button 1. And then you can start going through plus and minus and listen. Oh, it wrapped all the way around. That's the slowest one. You hear how slow that one was? We'll speed it up a little bit. That's pretty slow. So anyway, if you press F1, see, it says speed 95 down there. See that? So we could go here. So there you go. Speed 1. So if we press F1, we get an entire little demo song that we'll run through here. So there you go. If you wanted to, I guess you could build an entire song. My favorite part was the opening music and the picture of number 5. And of course, number 5 in the movie shows that he is alive. He says he's alive because he gets struck by lightning. But apparently in this utility, he just shows that he's alive by belching. So there you go. Burp construction set. Let's see. That's 370. Now again, I ran through some of these, and I guess the discs were just too old or something. Now this is something I was working on for that trip. I vaguely remember doing this. But I was working on a demo scroller that I could attach to the games that I took up there so that I would look like, in the words of Aaron, King Dong. And so this was some code that I stole from somewhere. I didn't come up with this technique or anything. But I believe if you run this, and then you have to wait a second because it's loading that other that ML file is the scroll text down there. Now, this was one that we'd worked on for the OK Crackers, which was our lame cracking group, because we didn't really crack that much. A lot of times we just defaced other people's cracks and put our names on them. So first of all, when I see this, I see a few things that jump out at me, and the first one is that we have misspelled the name of our own group, the OK Crackers, because we always went by OKK, and it was the OK Crackers with a K. So this must have been a really early attempt at getting something off the ground. And it was me and my friend Klaatu, who was a grown man. He was in his 40s, and I was 15. And so but we both had our specialties, you know. And so what we were going to do is like attach this to the front of other people's releases and make it look like we were bigger than we were in Oklahoma City. The thing was, we were so afraid because people knew our names, and we were so afraid of getting busted that we used different names when we did OKK releases. And so he picked Paladin because he played Dungeons and Dragons and loved the Paladin. And I was like, I got to pick a name that nobody else will ever think of. And so I used Metallica, which I think like 5 people in my area code were already using, plus, 800 million kids across the country all used Metallica. So that was a really dumb choice on my part, but it did the job. Now this is on one of these discs. I feel like this release is older than 87, 88. I could be wrong. Oh, cracked by the old Ice Pick cartridge, which if you are familiar with, if you played a lot of Commodore 64 stuff, you've seen releases with that logo on it. And what Ice Pick is a cartridge which you could load programs into memory, and as long as it didn't have other disk access, you could use this cartridge. You could flip a switch on the side and dump those games, dump the entire memory to a floppy disk, and then load it back later. This is my old original Ice Pick cartridge, and you can see the switch right there on the side. These things were, I won't say not easy to obtain, because I'm sure I just ordered it from a magazine or something, but it didn't seem like very many people had them. So, but you would load your game into memory, and then once everything was loaded, pop that little switch, and it would dump the whole game to the disk. And now you are, all you had to do was, same as a wild card. You're absolutely right. We didn't have a wild card. We had a Copy 2 PC board. We had the Apple, then we had the PC. But it was, there was always hardware. Hardware was always out there to do these things like that. So all you had to do was buy this cartridge, and you could have joined the OK Crackers. Look at that. I believe, so this is Create with Garfield, and this is elite. I mean, this was the kind of stuff you couldn't just find, anywhere. You had to know somebody to get something like this. And so let's take a look and see if there's any picture yet. Nope, nothing in stock. Does anybody remember color forms when we were kids from maybe the 70s or the 80s? Color forms were these little plastic vinyl things, and it came with a background, and you could stick them, and you made your own little scene, and then you peel them off and you do it again, because we didn't, electronics weren't that prevalent. So this is basically the computer version of color forms. So what we're going to do here is first get a background. Let's get a table. Oh, the Return of the Jedi one was classic. I have a Dungeons and Dragons one sitting right over here on the shelf among some other stuff. So now we got to get a stick-on. So let's get a stick-on of Garfield. And everything in this thing is intense loading. Let's see if we can. There we go. Press the space bar to see the stick-ons. Press return to pick one, or press Control C to go to the menu. So we could go through the different stickers that we could have. That's obviously Garfield kicking Odie. There's Garfield happy there walking around. Not a lot to choose from. There's Garfield sleeping. And there we go. There's Garfield laughing. So we'll put Garfield I, J, K, and M to move the stick-ons. So we press this. And now we use I, J, K, and M to move Garfield wherever we want. We're going to put him here. And we'll hit return. And drop it. I mean, this was quality entertainment. By the way, when you're done with these, you could save them. Or you could print them out. So let's write a caption. It's got to load. All right, I'm tempted to start using the Alt-W to warp things. So now we have to pick what size of cloud that we want for our little message. All right, how about this big one here? Oh boy, slow. Sprite, castle. Cracks me up. Enter. Yes. I, J, K, and M. All right, we'll warp it. There we go. And then, there we go. Sprite Kessel cracks me up. Good times. And then go to the create menu. Now, if you have a reel, actually, we can see the picture. This is get stick-ons. We can erase a stick-on. You could draw your own artwork. You can save your creations here. You can go to the printer. I don't think this will actually. This is I'm running this in WinVice here. I don't know if this will send this to my actual printer here. Load cartoon, print a poster. Turn on your printer, position the paper. I mean, this is what, and you couldn't do this at night because then it would go. Press it or Control C to give up. Listening for my laser printer to go off. I don't really think that's how this works, but that would be awesome if it did. I guess I could do a let's see, WinVice Alt C for a screen capture. I will save that. So if you're on the Discord, you'll be in on our little joke, and I will let's see. Make that a JPEG, and I will post that on Discord. So there you go. Yeah, it does not seem to be printing on my network here. I'm trying to see what it's actually doing. Oh, yeah, bad idea. All right. So anyway, that was Garfield. He probably deserved more. He probably deserved more on the Commodore 64, but sometimes we don't get what we deserve. We get what we get. As I used to tell my kids, you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. Let's see what else we have here. This is interesting. I don't know what a lot of this is. I don't know what this disc is, but it says Klaatu, so I must have got this. Oh, I do know what this is. Oh, here you go. Are you guys ready for some high quality digitized video on the Commodore 64? And this is not using your modern tricks. This is not using your memory expansion modules or anything of that sort. This is running right on the old stock Commodore 64. I mean, this was out in the mid 80s. This is called Skeletor Movie, which, if I remember correctly, it says the following demo contains some digitized screens. We don't know who did them, but thanks anyway. So that's the pirate way. You just find work somebody else did and you go, well, we're releasing it. It's best to watch this from a distance of 3 to 5 meters. The block graphics aren't very clear if you're close to your screen. This demo works on American machines too, we hope. The Dutch USA team. So get ready. If you ever watch the He-Man movie, no, this isn't from the He-Man movie. This has got to be from a cartoon or something. And so what you have is a short animation clip, pretty low res, 2-color, gray and black, and this little animated loop. And so we'll be watching this for the next hour and a half. No. They put a lot of work into the sound, too, it sounds like. It's a good excuse to eat a breadstick. Pizza's gonna get cold over here. There you go. That's what that does. I haven't tried anything else on here, so I don't know. Bob Jogs sounds like it could be potentially dirty. So what I'm going to do is switch over here and run it. No, it's not dirty. All right.
Now what are you doing? Jack Flax says to always keep your gun loaded.
Hey, Sin Lao. Hey. Thanks for hosting this stream. I missed what the skeleton did. I hope it wasn't dirty. Let's see it one more time. Oops, I'm on the wrong. Hang on now. Let's try it again. A late jog by H. I didn't see what he did. He's tiptoeing. Oh, and he just falls? Huh. Well, that was the appeal of the Commodore 64 and the BBS era, was that you never knew what you were getting when you would download it. I mean, you would log on a BBS and you'd be like, give me what new files are on the BBS tonight. And then you would find this, and then you would, a lot of BBSs use credits. Now, if you were friends with the sysop, maybe they didn't charge you credits. Or sometimes you get really good ratios. Like you'd say, hey, for every one block that you uploaded, you could download 10. So if you uploaded a full game, you could download 10 games, right? So that worked out. But at the end of the day, you went to the file areas and there would just be these lists of files by name. Bob Jogs. And you'd go, oh, I got to get that. I got to use my hard-earned credits on that. The one and only XPB is importing again. Look at all those greets. The Papillon Laser ATC. That's a touch of class we just learned. Call the best. Area code 404. 612. Intro by FAC. Well, I used to know most of the big area codes, and over time I've just lost that information because I don't need it as much. I remember if you saw like 312, I was like, oh, that's Chicago, or 704, 714, whatever it was. Here's a trivia fact for you. In the United States, the middle number of every area code used to be 1 or 0.
Jack
Hey,
Flex
Rob.
says always keep your
What's
gun
up, my
loaded.
friend? So every area code, the middle number was a 0 or a 1. Like we were 405. Chicago was 312. Dallas was 214. And then eventually they ran out of area codes. And so we got new area codes and they used different numbers. So I've never played this. I don't know what this is. Psycho Soldier. I just turned on unlimited everything because as most of you guys know, I'm terrible at games, especially I'm terrible the first time that I try them. And so sometimes I turn on the cheat stuff. Okay, let's see. I was a UFO and now I'm a girl. And now I'm dead. And that is the story. That is the world's shortest novel. I was a UFO. That would be a great name for a biography. I was a UFO, then I was a girl, and now I'm dead. That's the world's shortest biography. All right, let's try this again. All right, I'm the girl here shooting. Can I go up and down levels? I can. All right. The story of a girl's trip through a city. I was a UFO. That's true. I could make it a haiku. I was UFO. Then I became a woman. And then and now I'm deceased. There's your haiku. The problem is, I guess I have to drop down levels because when they get so close to you, there's not enough room to turn around like that. I just jumped down. That shouldn't have killed me. I don't see how the unlimited energy seems to be helping me all that much at the moment. I mean, it seems like if I were doing worse than I'm doing now, that would be something. I haven't even made it to the first little break right there. All right, come on, little girl. Don't let these dudes get your UFO-ness. Maybe I could just like do this. It's kind of auto-scrolling. I don't necessarily see the psycho or the soldier. I mean, I guess I could see the psycho. Oh, I see. Those are little gaps. Oh, I see that. Can I go on a door? This is like the horizontal version of elevator action. Where I go in doors. I'm not going to start doing voices like I did on my Briley Witch stream. Oh, I can't go up through the floor. I thought I could hop up and down at any time. I can only hop down through a level. Oh, look at that jump, though. I taught those dudes a lesson. Well, no, they taught me a lesson. I think this might make me go psycho if I kept playing it. Boy. You gotta clear the little path there. You gotta shoot these dudes that just don't stop coming. Oh, hey, we stopped scrolling. So I feel like I'm maybe at an end. If I could stay, oh boy. I was a UFO. Then I was a woman, and then I died. The story of Rosie O'Donnell. Why did I just think of Rosie O'Donnell? The story of Punky Brewster. Oh, now there's a dude with a gun up there. Oh, they're all dudes with guns. Now I see. Am I supposed to... Maybe if I clear all those guys out? No, I don't seem to be able to shoot them. Either I'm too far away. Well, that dude just came out. Huh. It does look a little bit like Rampage, doesn't it? Am I damaging the building? Maybe I gotta go up here and finish damaging it? I mean, the best thing I would say that came out of this game was that a haiku. Oh, I am damaging the building. Look at you. I'm the Psycho Soldier. Smashing the build. Rewind tape to start side 2. Well, that's not going to happen. And go. Oh, no. Man. I didn't even have time to come up with a cool theme song. I'm a Psycho Soldier. I think that I tried Rainbow Walker earlier, and I don't think it worked. Let's see if there's anything else up in here in the Chicago disc collection. So again, this is a series of discs that I got when I went to Chicago. I was pretending to be a long distance user, which I did by, okay, this is going to be interesting. Paint Magic, which I'm not really familiar with, but there's a bunch of drawings on this disc, so we'll take a look at some artwork and see if we can get these to load up and look at some sweet 8-bit artwork. Nope. I did not like that. Let me try. No, looks like there's disc errors on that. Didn't like that one. Let me try a hard reset just in case. Paint Magic. Nope, it hits track 2. And then it just dookies. Alright, well, that one doesn't work. Let's see what else we got here in the old pile. Paint Magic. Okay, we'll have to remember that one. I think there's one right here that I was looking at. Okay, not Garfield. We already did that one. There we go. This one is filled with some more, looks like koala disc pictures or whatever. But there's this game, which I vaguely remember playing. Of course, if you saw the Munsters version of Sprite Castle last week, I played the Munsters. Commodore had a lot of movie licensed games, and many or most of them are terrible. Breadstick's cold now. Terrible. Again, from 1988. Again, 1988 was the summer that I went to Chicago. And so that's why most of these games are from 1988. Speaking of tasty drinks, I'm going to turn on infinite everything here. Infinite time, infinite lives. This is the last Bud Light remaining from the last weekend when my wife was out of town and I had to do shopping for myself. And I went and bought all my groceries from Dollar General, which is a terrible selection of beer. So the point of this game, if I remember right, and I'm not sure that I ever got far enough to do much of anything. Let's see if we can get this started. So this is Wilma, and she says, "Paint this wall now, Fred." And so your goal here Fred says, "Okay, Wilma, then I'm going bowling with Barney." This game is really stupid and terrible. And so for this whole first level, what you got to do is get Pebbles and put her in her crib. Then you got to get this paint rag, except for I don't have enough to start painting yet. And then this is where you get your brushes. So now we got to wait for Pebbles to get out. Put her back in. And then, well, nope, one didn't appear. So we're waiting for the little covers to appear, the little green dinosaurs. So, all right. And then the kid will go graffiti on the wall. Okay, so you put her in there. Now you get that. And now you can go over here and start painting the wall. Of course, you got to paint up your stupid kid's graffiti. And now we're out of covers. And now the kid's graffitiing again. So you put her back in the playpen. And paint over this. Wait for the kid to get out. And you just do this until the whole wall is painted. I mean, this is a really terrible game. Back in. I still need another cover. Now, normally, I would be running out of time to do this, but I'm a dirty, rotten cheater. Alright. Got some more paint. It's worse than watching paint dry, because if you're just sitting there watching paint dry, you don't have a bratty kid that keeps putting stupid graffiti on your wall. You can't get that because she's done the thing. You get the thing. Come on. This game's awful. And then after you do all this, then you gotta use the ladder and start going and painting up here. I mean, it's just stupid. Like literally when you make a game, you should avoid puns that lend themselves to bad reviews. Like, this game is as fun as watching paint dry, right? Like, you shouldn't write a game like the Commodore 64 version of ARG. If you're not going to make a good game, don't put a game out and call it ARG, because that's going to be in the headline of every review. Alright, so this game is terrible. Yeah, that's a weird experiment for sure. Okay, DD, those are all drawing files. Alright, let's get into something we can actually play a little bit. Let's see what else is around the old... oh, this is interesting. Huh. Remind me we're in disc 393. I have no idea what this is going to be. Touch Term is one of the old term programs I use. Now, I don't know if this is one that I use, because normally I would put it onto a disk by itself or something that I would use. So I don't know if this is a copy that I use regularly. It doesn't look like it, because normally I would always buffer things and save it to the same disk. But this is Touch Term from Real Soon Now Software, written and designed by so-and-so, 2400 baud. So this is an updated version that allowed you to use 2400 baud, which I had. Freeware, try before you buy, and then if you liked it, you send them $5 or $10. I probably didn't. So then you got to select what modem you have. So we'll just select non-dial, which would be for like if someone was connecting to you or something. But now I want to do auto dial, I guess. I don't remember. I'm looking for if there's... Let's do auto dial. Create directory. Yeah, so there's no phone directory here. So yeah, so this isn't one that I used. But I did use TouchTerm for a long time. This was the modem software that I used. Just not that exact copy. Klaatu Barada. It's actually, in Star Wars, it's Barada with a B, who are the 3 skiff guards that work for Jabba the Hutt. Oh, is that was dial from the directory? Yeah, but see, there's no directory file. If I had a directory, there'd be another, like a sequential file that it would store all that stuff in. Stooge Demo. Let's see what this is. So this is obviously ripped from the opening of the Three Stooges game, which is not great. That's an interesting little scroll effect there. Hello and welcome to Stooge Demo by Hightower. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't. That song doesn't necessarily fit the Stooges. What else is on here? Lost Tomb. I have no idea what this is. Apparently, not much. Let's try it with that. Go some input. Yeah. Nope. Not today, Satan.
Now what are you doing? Jack Flex says to
Oh,
always
hey,
keep your
man.
gun loaded.
Thanks for following. You never know when or what's going to pop up. If you were following over the weekend, there was a crazy thing that happened. Satan took over the stream. It was a weird time indeed. Let's see. Here are, you know what we'll do is maybe we'll wind things down here, but here's a disc with a bunch of stuff I don't recognize, both sides. Woo Lung. I don't know. Yeah, the Stooges game was not great. Sinbad on the Commodore 64 was pretty good. Again, those games just had, nope, nothing on that. Boy, these, I must have not removed all the games that just had disk errors when I was transferring things over or something, because a lot of these are not loading. I still do have all these floppies, but they're just dying. I mean, they were good at one point, and the last time I started accessing them, they're just aging out. The old bit rot on that floppy media. They weren't designed to last 20 or 30 years, which is what we're looking at. By the way, Drazu, when that guy left after hacking my thing, he left behind his mask. So I've got FBI crime unit is working on this right now. Oh no, they asked me not to touch it. They were going to get DNA off of it next week, but oh boy, well, I guess I blew that. Do you want infinite lives? Of course. I don't even know what this game is. Osmium. Select bullet speed. Normal is 4. 4 sounds right. Do you want alien ship collision? Yeah, that's a little too much cheating for me. Do you want fire alien collision? Yes. A, skip to next level. B is suicide. That's a handy feature to build in. Smart bombs. Activate sequence, vertical scroll, on, off. Abort game. That's a lot of features for a game that I'm not going to play that long. How to play. Use joystick and port 2 to guide your spaceship across 10 planets while avoiding and zapping all alien. Well, that's not friendly. All right. How to play blah blah blah. Okay. Hey, all right. Okay. Oh boy, I should have saved it. Turns out I probably won't need the suicide button, would be my guess. Well, how are you supposed to get all those guys? Maybe I should have got the faster lasers. Oh! What am I supposed to do there? Can I turn around? Look at that. That's how you do that. That's what I told you. Whoa. Yeah, basically I could shoot... I have enough time to shoot one guy. Yeah, I don't know what the point of that screen shake is. Oh, I died by hitting the ground. That's nice. Well, those are just letter Y's. Oh, I'm supposed to dodge that. Do I have enough time to get down to the bottom? I can't even get down there. How am I going to do that? I don't have enough time to... I don't know what to do at that point. If I hold the spacebar? No. Well. Yeah. Well, that seems to be the end of that. Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, no kidding. the suicide part was built into that one. Didn't need any help doing that. Let's see. I believe what I saw right before. I don't know if this is a good cop. Oh, hey, you know what? This, I don't even know if this will be interesting, but no, there's no reverse. There was no speed up either. So Aaron, what we've been talking about tonight is in the 80s, of course, when you called BBSs, you know, most people traded locally, and you could really get some clout or some elite status if you were a long distance caller. And so I used to go to Chicago on vacation with my family. And so what I did was I established on some Commodore or on some Chicago BBSs that I was a long distance user. And then we went to Chicago and I took my Commodore and my modem and I got a bunch of stuff while I was a local caller. So this actually might be, let's do, I just hit a modem. Oh, I hit a 1. Auto dial. Loading directory, and this is a copy of Touch Term that I used. I don't know that I've ever reviewed, this is for Drezu, I don't know that I've ever reviewed Auto Duel on the C64, but I did review it on the Amiga, on the Amiga's home website, which is, help me out, Aaron, everythingamiga.com, I believe. And so there is a review of it there. Look at this. This is, so I believe, Aaron, I believe this came up one time when you were talking to Brent about calling BBSs. This is just, and I would have multiple directories that I load. This is all BBSs that I called that were local. The altitude, I don't remember. Ball of Confusion BBS was my friend Justin's BBS. And I did graphics where I drew these little balls like floating around like soap bubbles, and it said Ball of Confusion. Battlestar Galactica. Beach Club was run by a guy named Beach Boy. Boardwalk BBS. Butterscan. Buzzard's Treehouse was a great board. Man, I haven't thought about that. Chenga's Domain, run by a guy named Chenga. Dis City, Doctor's Office, Dragon's Lair, Dis City, Doctor's Office, Dream Palace, Dread's Caverns. Boy, I could tell you a million stories about Dread and Dr. Dread. Or Doc Dread. Doc Dread. Doc Dread was with a group of people that hated my group of people. So we would constantly mess with him. And I made several demos that were X-rated and put his name on it. And he told a friend that he took a copy of one of the demos to the police and was going to show it to him. And they were like, what are we supposed to do about that? You know, like he was trying to turn me in to the police. But anyway, there's a whole story, and I think I talked about it in my book, but there was a whole story where he had bought a BBS program, and he had given somebody a backup for him to take care of. And that person gave it to someone who gave it to me. And so we released it as an OKK release. And he tried to get us busted by sending it to the author and saying that there was a pirated copy out and that OKK had released this pirated copy. And so then when the owner got it, he looked at the serial number and then had to tell the guy who sent it that it was his own BBS. So that backfired on old Doc Dread. And I feel bad for a lot of these guys because they were adults and I was a dopey teenager. So they were like, let's talk about this, like as mature people. And then I would release X-rated demos and say it was them and their boyfriend. I was really a crude child. Oh boy. I'm just skimming through the Herkimer's Pond was good. Horror Highway, I don't remember. Some of these don't strike a bell at all. LORS was Land of the Rising Sun, and LATF was Look into the Future. Meg 1 and Meg 3 was Megamania 1 and Megamania 3. Of course, Nikki's Abyss, that must have been some Motley Crue reference. Post Office, Rim Galaxy. Sanctuary, BBS, that was run by a guy named Quasimodo. Star Frontiers, The Wizard Scroll, that was a guy that I fought with all the time. Beyond Darkness, yeah. So anyway, by the way, I did also have a spiral notebook full of passwords. I think I've shown that before. I haven't scanned in. Yeah. So when people are like, oh, there weren't, and a few of those did have hard disk drives. But not many, and probably not at that time. Maybe a couple of years later, I got involved with some guys. Oh, you know what's cool? Okay, you see these things like skate and jammin'. Okay, let's remember this. So somebody remind me: skate, jammin', and bye. Let me load this back up. So these are graphics that I did. Skate, Jammin', and bye. Nope. It was Land of the Rising Sun. I remember for sure. It was a guy that was a couple of years older than me, and he was on the football team. And I went over to his house and traded discs with him. Okay, so what you could do is, draw graphics. So Commodore had that pet ASCII graphics, which you've seen if you've been on an emulator and you've been in uppercase mode and you've hit shift and whatever, you've seen those additional graphics or whatever. So what you could do was make graphics and then save them like as a sequential file, and then you could load them and send them to a BBS like as a signature kind of, or just if you wanted to do the graphics. So let me find on here. Okay, sequential reader is S. And save in buffer, no. And so what was jammin' was one, right? Drive 8. Yes. Oh, I probably should have hit no. Let's try that again. Sequential reader. Save in buffer, no. File name, skate, drive 8, And no. And then I like there we go. So this is a graphic I drew. This was going to be for a BBS I wanted to set up called Skater's Paradise. So that was supposed to be Lemmy from Skate or Die because he's got the little mohawk on there and stuff. There's only so much you could do with the little characters and stuff, but it's not terrible. All right, let's see what Jammin' is. Sequential reader. No. Jammin'. That's a guy playing a guitar. He's jamming by Flack. Look at that. There's so much great Pet-ASCII, or Petsky. I always say Pet-ASCII. It's Petsky. There's so much great stuff out there. None of it made by me. I was not even really passable, but it sure was fun to do. And let's see. Bye. I like how the little cursor looks to be a pair of boobs. Okay, so this was... Okay, so that one BBS Daytona's Beach, I drew this log off screen. So when you logged off, it says goodbye. And then it says call Boardwalk BBS. There's a 405, 1200 baud, or 300 baud. And have a nice day. There's a little surfer dude I drew. And that looks like I guess that's a beach. And he's surfing at night with the moon out for some reason. I don't know why. So there you go. There's I think, let's see. I didn't see anything else. I was looking for an easy way to do a directory. This is all silly stuff. All right, let's see if there's anything else on here. Yeah, see, that's all. Outrun docs, Predator docs, Sinbad docs. All right. Let's find something more fun than that. All right, we'll try this one last disc here. Again, so the we started early tonight because I was gonna stream tonight anyway, and the Amigos did their show tonight, and so just to kind of keep the party going, I jumped on. Let's see, here's Gandalf. I don't know what this is. I drew those probably in a program, by the way, called Screen Gem, which was probably the go-to thing for drawing that stuff at that time, which would give you 40 by 25, basically, if you use the whole screen. You know what? We've all had technical issues. I started off with some technical issues tonight. All right. Everybody knows the story of Gandalf as he famously defended Camelot from dinosaurs using a windmill. While Mrs. Gandalf cooked up a stew. Okay, alright, so I moved that. I do seem to be in the right joystick port. Oops. Okay. So this is interesting. It make the little aiming system returns to you whenever you let go of the joystick. So you can't just highlight guys and move around. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this a solid 3 or 4, unless you're on acid. And then I give it a 78. So tonight, I have to give it a 78. No. I see the chair or the portcullis is opening and closing or something. Is that how they're? Oh, I see. They're coming down there to get in. They're slowly opening it. Is that what's going on down there? I mean, really, I don't know. This was early, based on one of the working scripts for Jurassic Park. In an early version of the script, Gandalf was going to. They were going to revive Gandalf from his DNA, and he was going to fight the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. What's happened now? Oh, they seem to have fought their way in the door. I'd like to shoot that lady down there for not helping me. Oh, I keep moving to the side, I guess, each time that I die or something. I can't even shoot anymore because oh, they're gonna get Miss Gandalf. Oh no! Oh no, they ate her. Yeah. Well, Gandalf, you let it happen. Yeah, I would definitely burn down the castle over a spider for sure. No, I couldn't seem to. I can't move Gandalf at all. I can just shoot dinosaurs, and I mean, you do gotta give me credit that they do seem to explode with a atomic mushroom cloud. Oh my! And so yeah, as they arrive down there, it looks like that's when I. Change colors. You're going to change colors. So I went from white to yellow to green. Oh, come on. And now, the aiming system is so. I mean, obviously, if they didn't do something. Whoa. I don't feel like I'm doing that. I don't know if that helps me or hurts me. Oh, the spider! Oh my gosh. I believe this is chapter 6 of Lord of the Rings. Someone can back me up on that. The famous part where Gandalf... now I can't even shoot. I can't do anything at this point. Yeah, I can't move or do anything. I'm dead. Game over. Yeah, you could feel like, you could be like, hey, dude, I know you're making some hot and sour soup down there, but if you want to stop dinner for a minute and come help me out with these, what do you call them? Giant dinosaurs. That was very Norm Macdonald delivery. I didn't mean that. And I feel like once you blow up a dinosaur with a nuclear bomb, that it should blow up the other ones around them. I wish I could shoot the... you can't go down, otherwise I would shoot that lady making soup. I would like 1 miso. Miso hungry for soup. I would like 1 egg drop and 1 hot and sour. Well, you're about to get hot and sour. You're about to get toasty. Sorry. Hey, soup maker, you might want to run. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, I think that's attracting the dinosaurs. What a terrible game. That's fun. This is the problem with being a pneumatic Well, these are, I can't tell if these are other games. Kettle, I don't know what this is. This is the problem with downloading games for BBSs was, you know, if you bought that game and you had one game for a month, I'd probably play that game a lot, you know. But when you downloaded a disc full of 5 games, then why would you play that game? I'd go try the other 4 games, you know. The Working Kettle, fixed by Merlin. Merlin could have helped out Gandalf, I feel like. I don't like scrolls that do things where it makes me where I can't read them. Yeah, the new clouds were a nice touch. That's an interesting scroll. Oh, okay. Crowther. Surely that's not William Crowther. Kettle. I know this song. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. One player, one kettle. Music. Oh, we can change our song. Oh no, we can turn music or sound effects. Let's go sound effects. What is this? I don't know what that means yet. What am I doing? Okay, I'm shooting a thing that goes around me. What's weird, I don't really move, I just scroll that. Is that like a... Okay, so I can shoot that and then it comes back. Oh, I guess I don't go that way. Well... Do I land on this? No. That's shooting things at me. That doesn't seem to be the way to go. Do I go up? Oh, that's also a border. I am open for suggestions on this. Oh, there we go. Nope. So this seems to be taking me back up to the same level over and over, right? Oh. I mean, the music so far is the best thing of that. That was odd. Alright, let's try this one more. Let's see what this does. Kill everything. Kill your aliens. Kill everything. Duh. All right. All right. Well, I mean, I can shoot these forever. Can I shoot this thing? It doesn't seem to be gaining me much. Huh. Wait, there's... Oh! So I'm not really going... Oh, okay. So I'm not going through that tunnel. I'm just going up. But, I mean, they're the same. It's not like there's a door there or anything. Okay, that's taking my health. I can't shoot that. I am at a loss, man. Spacebar doesn't do anything. I mean, that looks like a thing for a tea kettle to go on top of. You can kind of hold down the button and keep the other guy away from you. Oh, I don't know what good that would do. I give up on this one. Where's the switch? Oh. This thing over here? I mean, it does look like a button or something. Looks like something to... I can't push it. I can't land on it or go in it. Is there a... There's no way to shoot through this, I assume. This one could have used the suicide button. That one could have. I may need to look up some documentation on that one. That was interesting. You know, this was the problem. I'll say problem with again with downloading games was man, you just got so many things that you didn't know what they did. You know, it was what is this down here? Boot. Alright, looks like there's some interesting stuff in here, but let's find... Oh yeah, that's an R-rated one. Someday I'll have an R-rated stream, and we will. It'll never get archived, and I'll show you guys some more risque stuff. But let's see if this copy of this works. Oops, wrong command. Sorry, there, Boudreaux. One of the most famous cracking screens of all time, the Eaglesoft Incorporated Eagle. Every kid who grew up with the Commodore 64 knew this screen. When you saw this, you knew it was going to be a quality game. You knew that seems like it was going to be a big game, like a multi-disc type game. Usually seemed to be Eaglesoft cracks, Eaglesoft Incorporated. Man, when you saw ESI, you knew you were in for a good time. This is a game that I have not played. Probably since I downloaded it. This was not a... definitely took some patience to play some games by this particular company. Let's... here we go. I am Silphani, Princess of Demerol. It is a tale of my beloved Sinbad. I was a huge mark for Ray Harryhausen. I grew up completely enamored with Ray Harryhausen. When I was a kid, I watched Jason and the Argonauts and Sinbad the Sailor, Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger. I loved all those movies. And so when this game came out, that's what it reminded me of. When Clash of the Titans came out in 1981, that year for Christmas, I got the Kraken, I got the Pegasus, I got Calibos, and Perseus, and Charon, the Riverman from the River Styx. For some reason, that stuff didn't stick around with my other Star Wars stuff. And for my, I believe around the time of my 40th birthday, give or take, there's a traveling show of Ray Harryhausen's work. And I got to go see it. It came to Oklahoma City for 2 weeks to the Oklahoma Science Museum. And I got to go see the original Medusa. I got to see the original Kraken. I got to see, got to flip disc. So the whole first disc, let's see, that's 375A. Let's go to 375B. There were multiple Medusas. There were multiple, depending on close shots, far shots. Bubo the Owl. I saw Bubo the Owl. I saw all that stuff. And as you were leaving, one of the things I saw was one of the original skeletons, the sword-fighting skeletons from Jason and the Argonauts. And, man, I got to tell you, I took about 5 million pictures that day. And it is, when you get older, and not that I don't think we got a lot of spring chickens in here, but, when you're a kid, all you want for your birthday is, man, I want a new bike. I want a new pair of shoes. I want a new, video game or game system or whatever that. And as I get older, what I really want is like those memories, like, I could get an action figure, I could get something or whatever, but to be able to go with my family and go see that Clash of the Titans thing is something that I will never forget. Okay, so we are in Demerol, and we can go to the port. We could go to Alcatraz. I don't remember anything about this game, so I don't know what any of these places are. I know that there's some sort of flying mini game involved when you go to certain places. And now we went to another place, but then didn't seem to do anything. We'll go to Boca. And then we'll go to Konak, because that was south of us. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what the point of this is. And I can't do anything but go back. Good job, Sinbad. First thing you've done is go to a dead end. Let's go to Nessie. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to... Oh, okay. Sinbad finds the gypsy near the gates of Nisse. The Amiga version of this is looks 10 times better, just like all the CinemaWare games, A lot of people think Defender of the Crown plays better on the Commodore 64 than it does on the Amiga. I don't know that anybody thinks that Three Stooges plays good on any system, to be honest with you. But all of these games required, ooh, look at that gypsy. My gypsy road, take me home. Poke her in the face. Hello, gypsy. Oh boy. Oh, I hit reset instead of open the disk thing. Oh my gosh. Let's, man. Oh, that's the bummer having those keys so close together. I'm going to see how fast using warp that I can get us back to that point. Oh boy. You know, I always liked the Three Stooges game. Personally, I mean, it's definitely what's funny about that game is you know, it was for me, it was one of the first. I mean, it was like Mario Party. You know what I mean? Like it's a group game. Okay, let's see. Where did I go? Now, what I want to know is, can I just hit the, does it do anything if I hit the city I'm in? No, I can't go into the city. I got to go somewhere. I guess I could go to the port. Let's do this. All right, Alisal, so let's go from there to Boca. Then to Nissi. Ah, the gypsy's not here. Well, that's ridiculous. Let's go to Demerol. I mean, so far, this is just a game where you pick places to go. And then let's go to the port and see what happens. I bet it involves swapping disks. In his quarters, Sinbad observes the ship's log. He plots a new course for the Cerberus and her crew. Oh, here we go. There's all the places you can go. Let's see what Demerol says here. Oh. After many long days at sea, Sinbad spots land on the horizon. Oh boy. I'd like to save some orphans in this game. I feel like, yeah. Well, I clicked on Demerol, but I ended up in Gnosis. I guess I'll just wander around the map until something happens, but I'm not going to do it forever. Oh, I see with the port. I went over there. CRS. Yeah, so what I did, I thought I did. Yeah, see, this doesn't do anything. I have, what do I got over here? This is my map. Well, I would love to enter a city. I'm all ears. I'm probably missing something obvious here. I am now helping this along in the loading time. Oh, okay. This looks like a little... Oh, no. It punishes you for everything. 375A. Sometimes in these multi-disc games it helps to put them all in one directory. Then you don't have to scroll all the way through and keep finding them over and over. Oh, okay, this is my little... Oh, Sinbad, I'm so frightened. Tell me what city you're in. Don't be foolish. Oh, this is the Choose Your Own Adventure here. There's no reason to worry. I just wish I could believe that. You have my word on it. Or my name isn't Cinemaware Sinbad. The shaman? All I know is that the wise men tell me they haven't seen the shaman on the western tribes. Take care, my darling. I gotta go west? Alright, I want to go back to this dude. It Came from the Desert is a great game. I first stumbled, I think it was DOS where I first played that. Oh my gosh, this game is too complicated for me. Where's Flintstones? Can't I just paint a wall? Oh boy. Alright. Sinbad is not long for this earth, I'm afraid to tell you. But... oh boy. Alright. Okay, so we can't, let's not go down that trapdoor of clicking that again. I can't, can I click on the actual city? No. Can I click on the signpost? No. Or the blank area? No. Well... oh. I need my sound cue so I can do loading time. Loading time. Cinemaware games are all about loading time. Alright, the quest continues. Sinbad is attacked by the evil Black Prince. Alright, well that's racist. Maybe that's a ranking, I don't know. It sounds weird though. Alright. Sinbad, you got one shot here, buddy. You know that it's getting close to time when I start looking for other people that may be online. Oh! Oh no! Oh! Oh! Stab! Stab low! I mean, there seems to be less armor in the low area. Stab high. Go right. Go left. I mean, stabbing low. Stab high? Oh, Sinbad. No, don't let him get you, Sinbad. Stabby, stabby. I mean, this just took an amazing turn that went from, I mean, nothing for 10 minutes to fighting a grown man in underwear who is killing me. I mean, that's not a way I want to go. Stab! Stab, Sinbad! Death was quick, painless, they say. Hoping I die and go that way. Let's see, the diagonal seem to help me? No? Just stab him in the underoos there, Sinbad. Oh my gosh. Oh no, yeah, I was dodged, parrying. His body racked with pain, his muscles sore and tired from the quest. Sinbad is no match for the evil Black Prince, who cuts off his head and returns it to Demerol on a pole. Cut off my head! I mean, what's a fate worse than death? Flipping the disc over one last time. that doesn't, like, that's what hell is. It's just a series of you getting stuck having to flop discs back over for all eternity. Although I do hope it comes up with a picture of my head on a pole. Although I severely doubt that's going to happen. Thanks, Sinbad. Thanks for nothing. I would like to see a tear on your face for seeing my head on a pole. That would be nice. And yet, all I get is that same emotionless expression. Not a tear, quiver, a sniffle, runny nose, perhaps? Nothing. Shouldn't even change clothes for my funeral. Blood runs freely in the city of Demerol tonight as the Black Prince slaughters my people. But I welcome the stinging edge of his evil blade, for soon I will join my beloved Sinbad in eternal sleep. Very soon indeed. The end. Yeah, Drazu gets it. Wah, wah. Oh, Sinbad. Oh, boy. Well, guys, I think that about wraps stuff up for the evening. We played through several of these Commodore 64 discs that I got that I refer to as the Chicago discs. It's a little chunk, just a small little area in my disc box that I got whenever we went on vacation to Chicago in the summer of 1988. So thanks, amigos, once again for hosting the stream and sending the raid over. I appreciate it. And thanks for everybody that hung out. If you like Commodore 64 stuff, I stream every Wednesday night. I also do a Commodore 64 podcast called Sprite Castle, which you can find on the Amigos major podcast stream, or you could go over to podcast.robohara.com and you can find links to everything for the show and for the videos and all that other stuff. So, guys, thanks for jumping in, and thank you, Texas Foosballer. Always good to see you hanging out. And I guess, you know what, I get such a kick when people mention my name at the end of a stream, and I always forget to do it to other people. But thank you to Aardvark, Abbott, and Costello from the grave have come back to visit Sinbad, which is awful nice of them. We've got Amiga Cami, hello. Another TV viewer, which I think is a bot. A 10. Bolcon Arcade. Anybody with arcade in their name is good with me. Commander Root, Drazu, Dwight Schrute, who my kids dressed up as Halloween a couple of years ago. They dressed up as Dwight Schrute. And this year my daughter dressed up as the principal from Community. She comes up with her own costumes. Elysian, HSI, Micro Magic, Mr. Cola. What's up, Mr. Cola? Nat Zelly. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your bits. Wait, that's Nelly. That's not Net Zilly. Oron Picard, what's up, Picard? Pixels at Dawn. Robot Doctor 82 for all your robots' needs, your robots' ailment. They got a squeaky joint. They need oiling. They need an oil can. They need artificial intelligence upgrades. Go visit Robot Doctor 82. He will hook you up. We got the Spike Trap Claire in the house. 1010. What's up, my friend? Texas Foosballer, Tiz Cloud, Travers Jenkins. Oh, hey, Travis Jenkins. No, Travers Jenkins. Wrong guy. We got Twilight Zoner, Virgo Praz, and the wide world of retro. The man who has nailed down the art of 3D printing. So, good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out on the stream. And like I said, if you like Commodore 64 stuff, no worries, guys. If you like Commodore, then come hang out with me on Wednesday nights, and otherwise I will see you on the Amigos Discord, my Patreon, Twitter, or anywhere else terrible game reviews are sold. Thank you, guys, and I will see you guys all soon.